Good morning, it's Daniel.
And Jenny.
And we are back at California Adventure Park to do an Every Ride Challenge.
That's right. We're going to show you how to ride every attraction here at Disney California Adventure using Genie Plus.
We're going to purchase Genie Plus so we can book Lightning Lane return times. We're also going to buy individual Lightning Lanes for Radiator Springs Racers and Web Slingers, the Spider-Man ride. Some of the rules we're going to follow that we've made for ourselves are anything that's listed as an attraction in the app is what we consider an attraction, except for things that cost extra money. So no penny machines, none of the games at Pixar Pier, but everything else we are considering an attraction.
We're going to put a list on the screen with all of the attractions that we are including.
The 3 attractions listed inside of the Animation Academy building are things that we will make sure that we attend. Mickey's PhilharMagic is something we make sure we attend. The bakery tour is something we'll make sure that we attend.
The other attraction that we're not including today is Redwood Creek Challenge Trail, since it is closed for refurbishment.
We're also not going to be using single rider lines because we figure if you're a family coming with younger kids, you're not going to be able to utilize that. Rope drop is at 8 a.m. You can enter the turnstiles at the front of the park at 7:30, and all the parking areas open at 7 a.m. So make sure that you have enough time to park, get to the front gate, and then enter before that 8 a.m. rope drop time.
And keep watching so we can show you our biggest tip for enjoying California Adventure in the morning. We're going to show you the best place to go when you get here early, and it's not where everyone else goes. One important thing to note is that for this challenge today, there are actually 2 attractions that I myself will not be able to ride due to motion sickness. So Daniel is going to do them, and we're going to still use Genie Plus and do it as if we were going as a group of 2. So that is the Incredicoaster and Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout.
If a ride has a Lightning Lane option, we're going to use that. We're not going to wait in a standby line for a Lightning Lane attraction. Come join us as we rope drop Disney California Adventure and head towards Pixar Pier for our Every Ride Challenge.
Let's see if we can do it all in one day.
Once you get up here to the Carthay Circle area, if you wish to go towards Guardians of the Galaxy, you turn left. And there's a rope down there down Hollywood Boulevard. If you go right towards Soarin' over the world, there's a rope down that way. If you come down the main path, there is a rope just at the entrance to Avengers Campus, and another one just past it right before Cars Land. As you can see here, most people are turning left to go into Cars Land, but we believe unless you're one of the first people to get in line for it, the line's going to stay pretty consistently long, and we're going to buy an individual Lightning Lane, so we're not terribly concerned about going on that right now. We're going to let all those people do that, and we're going to go do our strategy, which we think is going to save us way more time. Here you can see as we walk by Toy Story Mania, there is no line. You could walk right on it right now. So if you're not purchasing Genie Plus, then coming here first is a great strategy. But because we want to show how great it is to use Genie Plus and smart strategies for it, we're skipping that and continuing on our journey to the Pal Around. It is 8:08. We are now getting in line for the Pal Around. There are both swinging and non-swinging gondolas. We're going to go on the non-swinging gondolas because the swinging ones are a little bit intense and scary and induce a little bit of motion sickness to some people. So here we go. Like I said, we got in line at 8:08, and we're going to walk pretty much right on it when they stop it when we get up there. So there should be no wait.
We made it onto the Pixar Pal Around at 8:10.
I'm going to buy our Genie Plus right now. So to do that, you go to View My Genie Day and Tip Board. Wait for it to populate, click Purchase for Today, scroll through the fine print, click Continue, and then you can select all the tickets for the people that are scanned into the park. Once you've done that, you purchase it. Alright, so now we've purchased it. So now I can click Continue, and now I can book my Lightning Lane return time. So the best way to do that is to go back to the tip board by clicking at the top. And then if you're in California Adventure, it defaults to Disneyland, so you got to switch back to California Adventure Park. It's very clunky at times. Once you've switched it back to California Adventure, you can see all the wait times, show times, and everything, and you can pick the Lightning Lane return time that you want. So I think we want to do Toy Story Mania first. So that says 8:25, so that'll be 8:25 to 9:25. So that time should work out well with everything that we're trying to do. So you select your party, confirm your party, confirm that it's still redeemed between 8:25 and 9:25, and we are now good. So we've got an 8:25 to 9:25 return time for Toy Story Mania. So if you want to book an individual lightning lane, it's the same thing. Go to View My Genie tip board, and you can scroll down to the 2 rides in this park that have it. So Radiator Springs Racers, and you can see it's for $8.20 right now. Today it costs $15 to book. If you want to do that, you click on purchase and you go through with the purchase. I'm not going to do that right now because I don't want to do it at $8.20. Once you pick it, you can't change it. We'll have to wait until it has a later return time. So we'll check that out a little bit later. Now that we're off the pal around, we're making our way to Emotional Whirlwind, which is right next to it. Not sure I finished up my point there, but on the individual lightning lanes, you cannot change the time once you've booked it. Your regular Genie Plus lightning lane return times, you can. So you can adjust those as you wish, but once you book an individual lightning lane, you are committed to that time. Here we go on Emotional Whirlwind. It is 8:16, and we should walk right on it once we get up there, because there's nobody here yet.
It's 8:18. We walked right on to Inside Out, Emotional Whirlwind. No line whatsoever.
Here we go.
Make some happy memories.
All right, success with Emotional Whirlwind, and now we're going on the Silly Symphony Swings, which is right next to that. Says 5 minutes, but we will walk right on it on the next cycle. We stepped in line at 8:21, and again, we're gonna get on the next cycle, so we shouldn't be waiting very long. It is 8:23, we have just boarded our swing, and we're gonna take off in just a second. Whee! In case you haven't figured out our theme yet, we're gonna go to the next ride down the promenade and go on the Jumpin' Jellyfish. And we have made it to Jumpin' Jellyfish. There is no wait, we're gonna walk right onto it. It is 8:28 and we'll be on in just a minute. We made it onto the ride at 8:29, no wait whatsoever. Jump, jump, jelly! It's now 8:31 and we are going on the Zephyr. We got in line at 8:31, it's now 8:32. We have boarded and we'll be taking off in just a moment. As you can see, if you do Pixar Pier first, you don't wait at all. This is our 5th ride of the day and it's basically 8:30 in the morning, so 5 rides in half an hour.
Golden Zephyr. Have a real humdinger of a flight.
We just got off the Zephyr, so that's ride number 5 in the books. We're gonna make our way back to Toy Story Midway Mania. We are walking up to Toy Story Midway Mania, and we're gonna scan in with our lightning lanes. There's actually still no wait whatsoever, so a 5-minute posted wait time. It's 8:40 in the morning, so this is wonderful. It's 8:42, we just boarded, so no wait. Walked right onto it with our lightning lane. Whoa! Here we go. All right, there's our final scores. Jenny got 171, 100. I got 290, 400. I was the best in vehicle, all right. While we wait to unload, I will say, in the 2 minutes it took us to walk from the attraction entrance onto the ride, I did book an immediate return time for the Incredicoaster. So as soon as we get off this, we'll go to the Incredicoaster. I scanned into the Incredicoaster at 8:54. It said it had a 10-minute wait, and I'm booking a Goofy Sky School for a 9 a.m. return. So by the time we get back over there, we should be good. I boarded at 8:57, so pretty much walking right on.
They found it! Hold on!
Ow.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Now that I got off the Incredicoaster, we are gonna go on to Jesse's Critter Carousel. We're getting in line right now at 9:43. Let us know in the comments down below if you can see the hidden Mickey on the critter here. We just boarded at 9:05, so we walked on pretty much right away. Hey Jenny, how'd you get so tall?
I'm on a stinky skunk.
Here we go. We just got off Jesse's Critter Carousel. It's 9:12, and I just want to point out the wait time now for Toy Story Midway Mania is 25 minutes and has gotten a lot longer. So if you're not going to buy Lightning Lane, definitely go into it first thing before the line gets long. But if you have a Lightning Lane, I think our strategy makes sense. We're about to scan into Goofy Sky School. It is 9:16. It says it's got a 5-minute wait, but it looks like it's also pretty much a walk-on. So it's still really uncrowded in the back of the park. So our strategy is paying off. 9:19, we made it on the ride. Didn't have time to show it, but here we go. We just got off Goofy Sky School. I didn't have time to explain anything. We went on so quick. In the minute and a half it took us to walk from the Lightning Lane scanners to the ride itself, I was able to book an immediate return time, so 9:20 for Soarin' Around the World. So we're gonna head in that general direction, but in order to finish up everything back here, we're gonna go on the Little Mermaid ride first, and then we'll go on Soarin' Over the World. It's 9:24, and we just entered the queue for the Little Mermaid ride. It said 5 minutes, but we're pretty sure we're gonna walk right on. Well, we got in line at 9:24, and we walked right onto it, and it's 9:25. The only reason it took a minute is because the clock switched over.
I got an idea. I'll start at the beginning. But anyway, that's the story of our little mermaid. Of course, she ain't a mermaid no more. She's a pretzel necker. I mean, a princess. A human princess.
It's 9:37. We made it over to Soarin', and that's what we're going to go on now. So we'll see how long it takes. It says it's got a 15-minute wait. The queue is a little bit outdoors for the standby, but with our Lightning Lane, we should be a little bit quicker than that, hopefully.
One thing to keep in mind with Soarin' is that there is going to be a wait even when you use the Lightning Lane because it's a show type attraction, and you do have to wait for the show to start.
And while we've been waiting here, I was able to book us our next Lightning Lane return time. We chose Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, and it's about an hour from now at 10:35.
Hello and welcome to Soarin'. My name is Patrick and I'll be your chief flight attendant today.
We made it onto the ride at 9:51. I will also say, while that's about 15 minutes, while we were looking at the app in line, it did bump up to 30 minutes. So definitely Lightning Lane is the way to go on this attraction since it's a relatively slow loading one.
Soarin' to Tower. We are ready for takeoff.
Now we're going to make our way over towards Cars Land. I think we're going to do the bakery tour on our way, then do the 2 non-Lightning Lane attractions in Cars Land. The return time to purchase an individual Lightning Lane for Radiator Springs Racers is still pretty much instantaneous. Since it's not changeable, we're going to wait until right before we want to go on it to book it, just to make sure that if something changes with our plan, we're not committed to it. We are walking into the bakery tour at 10:08.
Technically, this is still listed as an attraction, even though it's not really a ride or a show, but you do get something free.
A slice of yummy sourdough bread. If you've never been in here before, there's a cute little video that plays showing how sourdough bread is made. There's a little interactive true and false trivia game you can play. And then you can watch them making sourdough bread.
While you enjoy your delicious free sample of the bread that they just made.
As we head into Cars Land, we're going to skip past Mater's Junkyard Jamboree and go to Luigi's Rollickin' Roadsters. They both said they have 10-minute waits, but Luigi's tends to have a little bit of a longer wait, sometimes has more technical difficulties because it's a little more technologically advanced attraction, and it's a little bit slower to load and unload guests. So we feel like it's better to do that one first in case it gets longer or has issues, and then we can come back to Mater's right afterwards, hopefully, or even later if we need to. We are entering the line at 10:13, and again, it says it has a 10-minute wait. It's 10:27. We just made it on to Luigi's Rollickin' Roadsters, so it was closer to a 15-minute wait than a 10-minute wait, but still not super long. Like we said, that's why we wanted to do this one first, just in case it got a little bit longer.
And now Luigi's Singapore Live will go rollicking and ready as the spring.
We are getting in line at 10:33 for Mater's Junkyard Jamboree. The sign says it's got a 15-minute wait.
It's 10:44 and we just got onto Mater's Junkyard Jamboree.
While we were waiting in line, I did book Radiator Springs Racers individual lightning lane for $10.50, so that should be pretty much right when we get off of this ride. One thing to note, you can have a lightning lane through Genie Plus and your individual lightning lane in addition to it. They are separate, even though they sound like they're the same. So that does not impact the fact that we still have an outstanding lightning lane return time for Guardians of the Galaxy. It is 10:54 and we are about to go on Radiator Springs Racers. We are going to scan in with our lightning lane passes. The standby wait lists 65 minutes. A strategy that you can use, different from ours if you wish, is you can use the single rider line on this queue, and that might save you some time as well over the standby line if you don't want to pay for your individual lightning lane. That usually is significantly shorter than the standby line.
And to use the single rider option, everybody in your group must be at least 7 years old. That's it.
This is the single rider line, and that's the standby line. We have boarded at 11:02, so very short wait time.
Now you will have the chance to make this the most glorious race of your life.
Now that we have finished going on Radiator Springs Racers and are done with Cars Land, we are going to go on Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. Again, this is an attraction that only I'm going to go on, but I will scan both of our tickets in order to go on it. I'm going to leave Jenny and go on Guardians of the Galaxy.
So that the contents of my stomach stay inside them.
So I just scanned in at 11:13. The standby says it's 70 minutes, so this should be certainly a lot quicker than the standby line, but this is still a relatively slow loading line. We have to go through this whole outdoor courtyard, so it might take me a little while, but certainly having Genie Plus and a lightning lane return time for this is very helpful. I did just book us a lightning lane return time for Monsters Inc. for 11:30, so by the time I'm off of this, that should be ready. I'm still in line for Guardians. It's 11:38, and it's gonna be a while. 2 of the elevator shafts went down. I'm stuck on the upper level waiting for the only shaft that's open. It's probably gonna be another 20 minutes based on the number of people in front of me. And I want to show you here on the app right now that pretty much all the big rides have broken right now or at reduced capacity. Incredicoaster, as you can see here, is temporarily closed, indicated by that star. Racers is closed. Luigi's is closed. Monsters Inc. was closed but just reopened. Guardians here went up to 120 minutes from the 70 when I stepped in, and that's just because they're having issues. Hopefully they get something working here and it speeds up a little bit. But you got to make sure you roll with the punches. Sometimes things get a little challenging, but we've done so many things. We're still well on pace to finish before the day is up. So I'm not too worried about it. Just a little frustrating to be waiting here so long, but at least I'm in the air conditioning. I made it on at 11:58, so 45 minutes, even with my lightning lane. So that was long and slow because some of the elevators were broken.
My dear friends, this is the moment you have been waiting for.
Rocket unplug you and start things rocking!
I just got off of Guardians, and our Monsters Inc. Lightning Lane return time is still active, so we are going to go do that before it expires. Then we're going to book Grizzly River Run for whatever time that is. It looked like it was going to be around 2 o'clock, give or take, so we'll do that around that time. After we get off Monsters, we're going to go get something to eat. We just scanned in at 12:07 for Monsters Inc. The standby line said 30 minutes, so we're hoping that we wait a lot less than that.
There is a little bit of a wait I can see in the lightning lane here. It's backed up a little bit since the ride has been closed for a while. So that is something that happens if an attraction breaks down. When it does reopen, the lightning lane does tend to be a little longer than usual.
We just got on Monsters Inc. We boarded at 12:17.
Monster history.
We can neither confirm nor deny the presence of a human child here tonight.
Oh, boo, we gotta get you home.
Young man in the first row, do you have your paperwork? Are you ignoring me?
We're making our way to Pim Test Kitchen so we can get some lunch. Thank you. It's just after 12:30 and we mobile ordered lunch from Pim Test Kitchen. So we're sitting outside in the shade and we're gonna enjoy a quick meal before we continue on with our challenge. We ordered the not so little chicken sandwich to share, a giant pretzel with beer cheese sauce, and the banana smoothie. We just finished eating lunch and we'd like to recap where we're at with everything. One tip that we do have is to plan ahead with your mobile ordering. Sometimes the return times for mobile ordering can be a little bit into the future. Our PIM one, we had to wait about 15 minutes for ours to be available, but we also ordered our food while we were in line for Monsters, Inc., so by the time we were done, it was time to pick up our lunch.
We only have 7 more attractions left here at Disney California Adventure, and most of those are actually indoor shows.
We have 2 things that have lightning lanes left. It's 102 right now, and we just booked our individual lightning lane for Spider-Man Web Slingers. And then while we were in line for Monsters, Inc. a little while back, we booked a 2:40 return time for Grizzly River Run. Those are our last 2 lightning lane attractions left. And then we have, like Jenny said, some shows, so like Philhar Magic, 3 things inside the Animation Academy building, and the red trolley. I think that's all 7. I don't know, I can't count. We're on pace to do everything in time, so I think we're gonna go on Web Slingers, and then we will go see what makes sense to go on next between the trolley and the 4 basically indoor things in Hollywoodland. And then we will go on Grizzly River Run when that time comes up, and we should be done by, I'd be shocked if we were done later than 4 o'clock unless something breaks on us. Let's make our way to the Spider-Man ride. It's 1:05, we are about to scan in for Web Slingers, and the standby time is 45 minutes.
Okay, contacting Spider-Man.
I'm gonna go find Spider-Man for myself because he's around here somewhere. Okay, goodbye. Spider-Man!
We just got on board at 1:19 onto Web Slingers.
Hey, it's Peter. Looks like you guys and Spider-Man really saved the day.
Correct. Downgrading threat level to don't tell Tony.
Actually, better tell Tony.
It's 1:31 and we are going into the Animation Academy where there are 3 separate attractions. We're going to start with the Sorcerer's Workshop and then check out Turtle Talk with Crush and the Animation Academy itself.
We are walking into the Sorcerer's Workshop here at 1:33. There are 2 sections in the Sorcerer's Workshop. There's the Magic Mirror Realm and Beast's Library. Unfortunately, you can't really see it on camera, but if you were to look through these slits, you'd be able to see what looks like animation, but it's really just a bunch of still images that when it spins, forms a movie in your mind's eye. They also have strips of paper and pencils that you can grab, and you can try and draw your own that you can stick inside of the spinning things. And they recommend doing something like this where you draw a Mickey balloon and it floats up and down if you do it right.
This is the Beast's Library, which is a recreation of the scene from Beauty and the Beast. If you wait long enough, the room will actually change. The lighting and different visual images will transform. So it's a really fun place to just take a break and enjoy all the details. They also have these fun little quizzes where you can find out which Disney character you are most like.
We made it into the Animation Academy for the 2 o'clock show.
Wow. This is a rough sketching class. We're going to draw the same way that the artists at Disney do, actually how all artists do, with a style called rough sketching. We're going to start off with a circle, about the size of like a baseball, and orange is a good size here. Well, I want to see how all your rats turned out, so on the count of 3, let's turn our boards around, all right? 1, 2, 3, ready! I like you drew the one up here. Very nice job on the chunky side. I like he's got like the animes.
If you're curious what you are going to draw in the Animation Academy, you can actually come inside any time of the day and come find this signboard here where they have the schedule of which characters are going to be drawn at each time. And they do change this every day. They also change it seasonally. So during the Halloween or holidays, they might have some holiday-themed characters being drawn instead.
We just finished the 2 o'clock Animation Academy showing where we got to draw Remy. And now it's just about 2:30. We're gonna go make our way to do Turtle Talk with Crush,
which is just on the other side inside this building. So if you're looking for an air-conditioned break, you can spend a lot of time in here and keep busy.
It is now 2:30 and we are about to enter Turtle Talk with Crush.
Well, that's it. Ready to talk to Crush? Yeah! All right, everyone yell, "Hey, Crush!" Hey, Crush!
Right, Josh! Right, Josh! Yeah! Whoa! Dude, scope out the drop-down dual 360 intro by the Turtle. Whoa. Dude, kill the motor, man. Check out all the humans in the human tank. Hello, human dudes!
It's 2:54 and I just want to show you here in the app what the wait times are back in Pixar Pier. So you can see the carousel is 5, but the non-lightning lane lines, 30 for the pal around, 15 for emotional whirlwind, 20 there for the symphony swings, 10 for jumpin' jellyfish. The Zephyr is closed. Add all that up and compare that to us walking on everything first thing this morning. It was definitely the right strategy to do that before it got too hot and before it got too crowded back there, because it's about 90 degrees right now. So it's nice that we've been able to do all the air-conditioned attractions now in the middle of the day.
One of the best secrets here next to Grizzly River Run is that there are free lockers that are available to use for up to 2 hours while you're enjoying the ride. You can keep all of your items and your shoes dry. We highly recommend bringing some flip-flops or some small sandals and carrying them around in your bag all day so that you can swap out your shoes and have dry shoes after the ride.
It is 3:08. We just got in line to scan our lightning lane passes here at Grizzly River Run. The standby wait time was 70 minutes, so I sure hope we don't have to wait that long. It's hot and we want to get cooled off. We have boarded at 3:19, so just over 11 minutes. Here comes the first stop! That felt so good! That felt good.
We grabbed our shoes out of our locker and we made it over here to Mickey's PhilharMagic. This is a continuously running show, so there's not really a wait time for it. You just wait until the next show itself.
It's 3:45. We just entered the waiting area for the attraction, and it said there's 5 minutes left till showtime, so we should be entering in a few minutes and wrapping up shortly thereafter.
There's some really great air conditioning in here. It's 3:50 and the show is about to start. This is a 3D movie.
Donna, wake up! It's showtime! Don't forget the orchestra! And don't touch my cat!
We just got out of PhilharMagic and we're making our way to the red trolley stop that is closest to Avengers Campus. So we will wait for it. It's 4:07 right now, and we'll let you know what time we get on. The trolley stop location closest to Avengers Campus is located across from the Hyperion Theater by this sign here next to the animation building. We made it on board at 4:19 and we're gonna make our way to the front of the park. I think we're gonna stay on the whole trip all the way to the front of Buena Vista Street by the entrance to California Adventure. And that will complete our challenge for the day.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome aboard the Red Car Trolley. I'll be your conductor on this line. My name is Amy, and your talented motorist ahead. That is Jeremy. Everybody say hi, Jeremy. Please remain seated while the trolley comes to a full complete stop. Lights turn on and the doors swing open. Welcome to Buena Vista Station, your stop for everything.
It's 4:30 and we did it!
Woohoo!
We have gone on all 24 attractions at California Adventure in one day with the help of our friend Genie Plus and individual lightning lanes.
Today is Saturday, August 6th. So a Saturday in the middle of summer, one of the busiest times here at the Disneyland Resort, but we managed to complete all of these attractions in less than a day. That just goes to show you that if you are using good strategies for when to ride certain rides and using Genie Plus to maximize your times, you really can get through a lot.
I think that 100% going to Pixar Pier at Rope Drop, well, first of all, getting here at Rope Drop, and then going to Pixar Pier first was a smart strategy. I think skipping the first few lightning lane eligible attractions right away and going on things that had no line, that don't have lightning lanes, really helped set the pace for the day. I think if you look back at what we did, I think by like 10 a.m. we had gone on like 10 things in the first 2 hours the park was open. So that was huge, being able to walk on basically everything back there. And the things we did use our lightning lanes on, like Toy Story, Midway Mania, Incredicoaster, and Goofy Sky School, same thing. We walked right on them with our lightning lane return time. So that was huge.
One strategy that helped us a lot was when we would scan into a lightning lane to redeem it, we would pull out our phones and select the next attraction that we would get a lightning lane for, instead of leaving large gaps of times in between those different attractions.
You'll notice we didn't do a whole lot of walking back and forth, and if there was walking back and forth, we stayed in one general region. So we did kind of walk back and forth across the Pixar Pier area, but not a whole ton. We kind of did one pass through it and then went back to the start to finish up the Incredicoaster and Jesse's Critter Carousel. I really don't think there's anything I wish we would have done differently. I feel like this was as successful as it could have been. The only things that really slowed us down are we did take a little bit longer at lunch because it was so hot to just relax and cool down. And then it did take me 45 minutes from the time I scanned in till the time I got onto Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout because they were having some issues. But that was really the biggest hiccup that we encountered the entire day.
If you are coming and you are trying not to use Genie Plus, we tried to point out the attractions that you should try to ride first thing in the morning at Rope Drop. And throughout the day, you can look for the single rider lines in certain attractions. So Radiator Springs Racers, Grizzly River Run,
Incredicoaster, Goofy Sky School, Web Slingers, and Monsters Inc. has a thing called Buddy Pass, which is for two people, but essentially it's the same as single rider.
But it's super secret. Don't tell anyone.
Yeah, don't tell anyone about that one.
Be sure to look for those single rider options throughout the day. If you are hoping to use a single rider line, you will be separated from your group most likely when you get on the attraction, but you will wait in line together. And to use the single rider option, everyone in your group must be at least 7 years old. So it's very doable if you are a family with kids who are a little bit older or responsible. Just a reminder, you can stack your individual lightning lanes. So those are the lightning lanes for Radiator Springs Racers and Web Slingers. You can stack those on top of other lightning lanes that you have selected. So you can have them at the same time. Whereas the regular lightning lanes that you're using through Genie Plus, you can't have more than one at the same time. So those you will have to either use or wait the 2-hour gap that you have to wait in between selecting a new one. So overall, our biggest tips for making the most of your time here at Disney California Adventure are Rope Drop, start at Pixar Pier, use Genie Plus strategically.
And that's it. I mean, that's really what it comes down to, is have a smart strategy and maximize your efficiency with that strategy. I think you can also see that given it's only 4:30 right now in the afternoon, if Redwood Creek had been open, we clearly could have fit that into the schedule. That's the only thing that wasn't open today. Also, if you wanted to fit a couple of shows in, you probably could have done that, and it would have made your completion time later, but you could have done that. The other thing is, if you don't want to pay those individual lightning lane times for Web Slingers or Radiator Springs Racers, then maybe book Genie Plus, go on all those things earlier, and then at the end of the day, just wait the hour-ish that it takes for each of those, because both of them do usually hover around an hour-long wait, give or take. So if we had not done those, it's 4:30 right now, give ourselves 2 hours of time and a little buffer, and we could still get on those without paying extra before the park closes at 10 tonight.
Let us know in the comments what tip you found to be the most helpful and what tips you're going to use on your next trip to Disney California Adventure.
And if you do try and go on every ride or just use some of these strategies, let us know what you thought. What did you think worked? How did you modify it to meet your needs? And share that so that other people can learn from your and our experiences.
If you found this video helpful, and we really hope that you did, please give it a big thumbs up. We really appreciate it.
Don't forget to subscribe so we can keep bringing you more magical content from here at the Disneyland Resort.
And we hope we put you in a magical mood.